કે આવતી બેઠક દરમિયાન પણ કોઈ કાપ જોવા નહીં મળે. આપણી સાથે XM.com ઓસ્ટ્રેલિયાના CEO પીટર મેકવાયર અત્યારે સ્ટુડિયોમાં જોડાઈ ગયા છે. Peter, good morning. So you are going to attend the OPEC meeting.
Yes.
What are you really expecting? No action.
Well, it's going to be in Baku, Azerbaijan next Monday, and it's a JMMC meeting, and we have Saudi Arabia there, Russia, a number of the other players, and it's very interesting to see the move that crude has experienced over since Christmas. It's been dramatic, and I noticed overnight even, that $57 handle taken out as far as NYMEX. So the market seems to be in one-way traffic at the moment. Plenty of momentum to the upside, up 30-odd% since 25th or 26th of December. And you've got now Saudis cutting their production, Venezuela with power strikes, and we know they're the world's largest producer, well, the largest reserves. So it's going to be fascinating what into the market as far as production and whether we're going to see any cuts.
So where do you really see the crude after this meeting?
I wouldn't be surprised to see further upside. I think that there's the potential for WTI to be through that $60 range and Brent probably at 70. There's just so much momentum. You've also got that the no doubt that you've got Russia. They're also a contributor to this also, with a big production numbers. And I think everyone in those sort of regions wants a higher oil price. Now, whilst they're getting paid in US dollars, they're still a lot cheaper than what it was a couple of years back. So I think that there's still a little bit of momentum to the upside. And really, I think that leading into the big meeting, which will be on the 18th of April in Vienna, I think that prices will be a few dollars higher till then.
But what's really happening in US, there also production has come down of late.
Well, it has, but there's still at 12.1 million barrels a day. They're just massive numbers. And that's a contributor to, where President Trump wants. He wants cheaper oil prices. He understands from an inflationary side. He's a friend of really the consumer in a lot of ways. He doesn't want those high prices. But, there are many other players in the market. And I think there's no doubting that the hedge funds, a lot of the big traders have been very, very, participating in this momentum trade because there's just been so much profitability in the last 6 to 8 weeks as far as the crude market. It's been, like the Chinese market, it's been dramatic rise since Christmas.
So at $65 to $67, at Brent, oil is not really cheap, but why do you think these hawkish comments coming out of, Arab world really? What are they trying to achieve? What is their price objective, if any?
Well, Pradeep, I think it's quite simple. They want a higher price. The higher the better. I don't think there's a definitive number there, $80 or $90 or whatever. As long as it's higher than what it currently is, they're happy. But when you see these massive transformations as far as sell-off prices and markets collapsing, like we saw from September, October and November last year, the crude market was at hemorrhaged. Same as US stock markets, same as global stock markets. And since then we've seen big recoveries over that, the first 2 months of this year. So it's just at the present time, there are so many different moving parts. We understand that's an ongoing saga, the Brexit issues, which creates volatility in the market and uncertainty. I think everyone this time last couple of weeks ago were very centred on President Trump coming to some form of arrangement with China as far as trade talks, and that'd be signed off. Well, that hasn't happened. And the unknowing geopolitics referring to North Korea and US again creates uncertainty, and again we're not really sure what impact that's having to the market as well. But it certainly has shown a degree of volatility.
So that gives me yet another question. Last question maybe. What happens if US and China indeed sign a deal? What kind of upside would that add to already buoyant crude?
I think it's going to be a plus for global, certainly for the Chinese market and certainly for the US market. So I think it'll be a plus. I think the dollar will probably strengthen, US dollar index. I don't see there being a rate rise this year. I don't think it's going to spur the Fed on to say, now we've signed a deal with China, we're going to have, subsequent rate rises. I don't think that's going to happen in the next 3 to 6 months. So as far as the crude market, it will possibly be a feel-good, and in turn, I think it'll drive prices a little bit higher. But I don't think you're going to see a $5 or $10 spike. I think a couple of dollars will be about it, because it's very hard to forecast. Crude is just an incredibly wild, volatile market. And traders, if they're on the right side of it, have been incredibly fortunate as far as the profitability. Retail traders are loving these moves.
Thanks a lot, Peter.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you, Mr.
તો પીટર મેકવાયર ત્યારે એમ કહી રહ્યા છે કે અહીંયાથી $70 તરફ ક્રૂડ જઈ રહ્યું છે અને કદાચ એની ઉપર પણ જઈ શકે. અત્યારે જે રીતે એક ઓપેક ને નોન ઓપેક દેશોએ મળીને પ્રોડક્શનમાં કાપ મૂક્યો છે એની અસર પોઝિટિવ છે અને અમેરિકા અને ચીન વચ્ચે જે વાતચીત ચાલી રહી છે જો એના પછી ત્યાં પણ એક સમજૂતી થાય છે તો આ એક વધુમાં સારા સમાચાર ક્રૂડ માર્કેટ માટે થશે.
પીટરે જે કીધું કે કરન્સી ફેક્ટર છે, જો ડોલર સ્ટ્રોંગ થાય છે, ડોલર ઇન્ડેક્સ સ્ટ્રોંગ થાય છે તો આપણી કરન્સી પર કેટલી ઇમ્પેક્ટ આવશે આ એક મહત્વનું છે. અત્યારે તમે જો રૂપિયો ખાસો મજબૂત થયો છે કારણ કે એફઆઈ ફ્લોઝ વધારે દેખાઈ રહ્યા છે, પણ જો ડોલર ઇન્ડેક્સ સ્ટ્રોંગ થાય તો કરન્સી માર્કેટ પર થશે. બ્રેક્ઝિટ થાય તો યુરો પર ઇમ્પેક્ટ થાય. આ બધું કરન્સી ફેક્ટર હવે કામ કરી જશે.
ગઈકાલે તમે જુઓ તો ઓલમોસ્ટ 80 સેન્ટ કે એક ડોલરની આસપાસની મૂવ આપણે આવતા જોઈ હતી પાઉન્ડ સ્ટર્લિંગ ને $1 વચ્ચે. એકવાર ડોલર ઇન્ડેક્સ ઉપર નજર કરવી જોઈએ. જ્યારે ગઈકાલે આ સમાચાર આવ્યા કે તેરેસા મે અને યુરોપિયન યુનિયન વચ્ચે જે વાતચીત થઈ એ સફળ રહી છે અને એમને 2-3 જાહેરાતો કરી છે તો ત્યારબાદ આપણે ડોલર ઇન્ડેક્સમાં થોડીક વીકનેસ જોઈને એની સામે પાઉન્ડને વધતા જોયું. તો આ બધા ડેવલપમેન્ટ જે ચાલી રહ્યા છે એની અસર તો છે ને. જો આ બ્રેક્ઝિટ પર આજે વોટ સક્સેસફુલ થઈ જાય તો કદાચ ડોલર થોડું કંટ્રોલમાં રહેશે ને જો આ વોટ સફળ ન થયું તો પછી પાઉન્ડ વીક થશે અને એની તમને એક પોઝિટિવ ઇમ્પેક્ટ કદાચ ડોલર પર જોવા મળે તો ડોલર વધશે તો એ આપણી માટે થોડી કોસ્ટ વધારી શકે એમ છે.
તો એમ ગણી શકાય અત્યારે તો આપણા ફેવરમાં છે રૂપિયો અને બીજી બાજુ 70 સુધી જાય તો રૂપિયો ફેવરમાં હોય તો આપણને બહુ ટેન્શનનું કામ નથી એમ સમજવું જોઈએ કે આજના દિવસે
એફઆઈઆઈને થેન્ક યુ કહેવાનું છે
ક્લિયરલી. તો ઝડપથી લઈએ વિરામ અને વિરામ બાદ આજની સ્ટ્રેટેજી કઈ રીતે રાખવી જોઈએ એના પર કરીશું ચર્ચા.